gentleman from California is recognized for 5 minutes.
The Judiciary Committee has oversight jurisdiction over a single agency at Health and Human Services, the Office of Refugee Resettlement. And the purpose of this agency is to provide immigrants with humanitarian resources when they enter our border. Nowhere is this more important than with children, especially those unaccompanied by a parent or a guardian. Assistant Secretary Igorin, isn't it true that Chairman Jordan demanded access to files about unaccompanied minors as part of his requests?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. We do have requests regarding the Office of Refugee Resettlement.
Including unaccompanied minors?
Including document requests related to the Office of Refugee Resettlement, yes.
And due to legitimate privacy concerns, because we're talking about children, you offered to provide Chairman Jordan with a in-camera review. Is that right?
That is correct. We provided 1,200 pages of information for in-camera review, which the staff were able to review.
And in-camera means that it's not public, they have access to the documents. Is that right?
That is correct.
You even asked them, because of the nature of what they were looking at and the privacy of minors, to not take any pictures or to publish anything of what they were looking at. Is that right?
Congressman, it is common practice that because of the sensitive nature of these documents and the in-camera review process, that pictures are not taken and that they are handled in a highly sensitive manner, yes.
Were pictures taken during that in-camera review by Chairman Jordan's staff?
It is my understanding that pictures were taken, and that is an unfortunate outcome.
It's worse than an unfortunate outcome. It's violating the privacy of minors. And Assistant Secretary, were parts of those documents that you showed Chairman Jordan's staff published?
Congressman, it is my understanding that parts of those documents were in the report produced by the majority.
Again, this goes to a theme that we're seeing here. We talked about this last week with Hunter Biden's laptop. You violate an individual's privacy. You take non-consensual pictures from that laptop. You use it to weaponize a case against your political opponent. Here, we're talking about minors, and you're asked not to take pictures of information regarding minors. You take the pictures and you put them out to the public. Again, that's weird. I don't know why you would do that. It's also just creepy and it's wrong, and kids have their privacy violated to make a political point. Assistant Secretary Darukoglu, could you talk to me about what the Global Engagement Center is and why it's so important that the United States participates in it?
Of course. Thank you, Congressman, for the question. The Global Engagement Center works to recognize, understand, and expose foreign propaganda against the United States and its allies. Most of this propaganda emanates from Beijing, Tehran, as well as Moscow, as well as non-state actors, I should add.
Does your work include providing vital information to intelligence communities to ensure we have rapid responses to conflicts like the war in Ukraine?
To be clear, I actually don't work for the Global Engagement Center, but the center actually does have an interagency role and does work with the intelligence community, yes.
And just based on your understanding of what the Global Engagement Center does and the State Department's role, what would happen if this program was discontinued?
If this program was discontinued, and I should say it needs to be reauthorized before the end of 2024, we would not have this interagency arm that actually looks, collects, analyzes, and exposes disinformation. And we would be, I guess we would be really not in a good position if that were to happen.
And just based on your general review of foreign disinformation that attacks political parties in America, do you see a distinction between one party benefiting over another, or is it the case that both parties in America and many of the entities that we value in America are all susceptible and vulnerable to disinformation?
Sir, again, I'm not a subject matter expert on this issue, but I will say, just from my own understanding, these foreign propaganda arms do not discriminate.
Thank you. I yield back.
I thank the gentleman.